The overall patients that was recorded yesterday was 3,000 and around about 3,700. So our positivity rate is 9.2%. It is more than we would have loved it to be. But looking at the mildness of the symptoms that we are seeing, currently there is no reason for panicking, as we don't see severely ill patients. So what we see with this one is, again, it started, normally it will always start with your younger people. The most predominant clinical complaint is severe fatigue for 1 or 2 days, with then the headache and the body aches and pain. Some of them will have what they call a scratchy throat, and some will have a cough, a dry cough, but it's not a constant cough. It comes and goes. And that's more or less the big symptoms.
Breaking tonight as we come on the air, the concerning COVID variant triggering new travel restrictions. Healthcare officials warn it's a matter of when, not if, it will arrive in our country.
Fears over the Omicron COVID variant are gripping public health authorities around the world. Israel now banning foreign visitors for 2 weeks. The UK tightening rules on mask wearing and testing of international arrivals.
From Europe to Asia to North America, countries are banning travel from nations in southern Africa, leaving passengers stranded at airports around the world.
It appears to be, George, it has the molecular characteristics that would strongly suggest that it would be more transmissible. It has a bunch of mutations, a disturbingly large number of mutations in the spike protein, which is the business end of the virus, which really binds, particularly in one particular component of that spike that binds to the receptors in your body, in your nose, in your nasopharynx, and in your lung. The mutations would strongly suggest that it would be more transmissible and that it might evade some of the protection of monoclonal antibodies and convalescent plasma, and perhaps even antibodies that are induced by vaccine.
I expect this not to be the new normal. I expect the new normal to be everyone ends up getting vaccinated in the booster shot, so we reduce the number of people who aren't protected to such a low degree that we're not seeing the spread of these viruses. Now, we remain to be seen exactly what the elements of this particular strain are, but if they're, as I hope, then it's not going to be fundamentally different than in the past. In terms of, what was the second part of the question?
Are lockdowns off the table?
Yes, for now, yes.
Why is that?
Well, because we're able to, if people are vaccinated and wear their mask, there's no need for the lockdown.
General practitioners, we cannot speculate on that. What we can say is what we see under the general population coming to visit our surgeries. I confirmed this with my other colleagues also in the area, and we're all of the same opinion. Mild disease so far. We're not saying it's not going to change going forward, but for now, the hype doesn't make any sense to us.